Okay, let's go back to the main story now. Let's speak with Conrad for the level 67 challenge entitled The Fortunes of War. Your work is far from finished, as Conrad knows. There's still a chance that the Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We need to search it from top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. Alright. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, report to General Aldin in Bittermill. Bittermill it is. So we gotta go to two different spots where we could possibly find soldiers that are lagging behind and are sticking around to see if they can get the jump on us. Well, like I said there, Tyler, I've never played Guild Wars 2, so I can't answer your question unbiasedly. Or in an unbiased manner. Yeah, I'm getting my Stephen Colbert on. I've created a new word, unbiasedly. Is that line still coming after me? He is. Yeah, that line wasn't gonna let this go, so I've got to get rid of him. But yeah, that's one of the great things about the story is that you're free to choose your warrior class at the beginning, and if you don't like it, or if you're just looking for something different, once you've accomplished certain things, then you're free to try and take a look at some of the other classes. You have to wait until every warrior class has a series of challenges for you to do once you reach certain milestones in your experience level. And level 10 is where you have to achieve your milestone to be permitted to move on to branch out and try other warrior classes. But other than that, if you don't want to and you're satisfied with your initial choice, you're free to stick with it. Yeah, if you're satisfied with your initial choice, you're free to stick with it. If you want to see what else the other classes have to offer, you're free to do that too. Okay, so yeah, we'll pass on this because yeah, this is a special 30-minute fate, which means that you need a whole bunch of people to work together to defeat the main opponents in a fate like that. Yeah, 30-minute fates like that have the horn fanfare, those require a lot of people to complete successfully. Were you looking for me? Yeah, you're gonna wish that you didn't. Into the air! Come crashing down on your head. Whoa! Okay, it was coming from behind him. Oh, nice. I'm happy with that. Oh, nearly 10,000 points on a crit hit. That puts a smile on my face. But yeah, Yami's right in saying that he is someone who defected from World of Warcraft to play this. We have a lot of World of Warcraft defectors who have come to join us here in Final Fantasy XIV, and they find it so much better than World of Warcraft for one reason or another, including someone who we have simulcasted with before. Okay, General. All well met. All's well at the bridge. Oh yeah. Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Velodina, and if and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. And so away he goes. Delight not overmuch in victory, not when there are many battles left to fight. Indeed. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Indeed they are. Let's not keep them waiting. And as we make our way to them, we welcome a new viewer to our channel, Ripcore47. Welcome to Let's Play Novora Autism. It's nice to welcome you this evening to the channel. We're glad to have you with us watching tonight's stream. As far as the changes to the Dragoon for Stormblood, initially I was a bit worried about them and how they would apply for the better. But once hitting level 64, I've discovered just how much more I'm getting out of it. Like, I'm sad to lose some of the debuffs that Dragoons had. Like, Phlebotomize. Like, that one was one that, a debuff that I relied on heavily playing as a Dragoon in Realm Reborn and Heavensward. So I was sad to see it go. But I'm happy for what we have made up for, if that makes any sense. Hey, Conrad. Back so soon. I suppose the General and his men had matters well in hand. The Vice Marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. I hope you're right about that, Conrad. Let's go ahead and take on your next level 67 challenge entitled Rising Fortunes, Rising Spirits. Conrad would like just as much as you to resume your march east towards the peaks. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp! Marshal Terrapin reports that the sweep of the Customs interior has been completed. So, it's finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. And away he goes. It's official then. Castellum Velodina is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where's Minago? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Velodina had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, 'twould be best if Minago were not alone as she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. If that is your wish, then I have no objection. But let the guard know when you wish to cross. We can do that. So yeah, we get to go to Minago's hometown. Which means, for the first time since Forgotten Springs in southern Thailand, we're going to be apparently marching into an all-Miqo'te settlement. Greetings, Scion. Do you wish to pass? I do, yes. So, on the other side... Well, thankfully it's not that far of a journey. Yeah, thankfully it's not that far of a journey. We can check out this new place. And this could very well afford us the opportunity to go and pursue the remaining Aether Currents around here, which would be nice. What do I think of the Scion's new looks? Quite honestly, for me personally, the only fail, in my mind, is Alice. Because she just looks so dreary in brown. Like, the brown coat and the really short shorts that she wears to go with it, like, it's just a really bad match, in my opinion. I think that's... Of all the Scion's current looks, of all their makeovers, Alice is the one fail, in my opinion. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. Yeah, everyone else I think is just fine. Well, we don't have to attack the Surge Sprite, thankfully. I just had a notification pop up in my comments when I've recently came across this person who does, like, really hilarious... who has this really hilarious old school voice, this really hilarious old school announcing voice, and he uses it for various sports teams and the flaws that they have, and I suggested one team in particular, and someone said, that won't be necessary, and gave the reasons why, so I just noticed that in the comments for my notification just popped up, and I was like, well, we'll see about that. Hey there, Monago. Yeah, if you're wondering, they go by the YouTube handle Urinating Tree, which is a weird name of itself, but...
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
But... Oh, is it a ghost town?
How fare your people?
Yeah, because I don't see anyone other than her.
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
Okay. Oh, there's our Enanta.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Yes, please tell.
It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago.
Ah, man.
But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Oh yes, Fordola, leader of Team Skull.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
No mercy, right?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the Resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika.
Ouch.
Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came.
That must be assuring in some way, right?
The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
And she said no. Right?
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
Of course not.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the brood mother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
Me too. Yeah, it pains her to say it.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
And so now all hell
madness.
broke loose.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta.
Really? I figured they would want to do everything in their power to stop them. And not only that, probably like ultimate weapon her? If they have a duplicate.
Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us.
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
And thus you look to me. It was like, I'm looking around like, what?
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Very well. So, we'll go ahead and take a level 66 piece of body armor, but it's weaker on defense. Yeah, I already scored with that level 67 body piece in Doma Castle. I really scored on that. I mean, it's gone so well for me with this stuff, it's like, I can't go wrong with it. But still, for the sake of assessment, it's still a good idea if I give it a look to see if the sacrifice is worth it. But even then, it's not looking like it. Yeah, the numbers are lower on this. So my level 67 body piece still is good enough. And quite frankly, I'm good for that. I'm grateful for that, indeed. Hey Mira, good to see you this evening. Glad to have you with us. How are you doing so far, Scala? Are you catching up? I'll let you respond to that as I proceed to take on... Yeah, it also looks like we have a few side quests that we can do as well, but let's stay on main quest for now. Let's go ahead and take on Alpha Node's level 67 challenge entitled The Lure of the Dream. Alpha Node has heard this story too many times before. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. Not likely. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather, your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the force with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her onto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Manago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Oh, well done there, Mira. Well, before I go any further, let's at the very least go ahead and attune to this aetherite. Now, I've been wanting for a while to get to this one, but now we've made it. We're here! We're actually in this place that we've been not able to succeed in getting in for so long. Okay, here's the Mender. I was wondering, like, I hope the Mender isn't too far away. Okay, so we want to go that way. And that's a long way down. But I guess I kind of have to take it if I want to get to this new area. But then again, for all I know, it's probably a waste of time, but I see a path that can take me where I need to go. And that is indeed what we are looking for. A Teloceras, huh? And hey, bonus, we're picking up an aether current. But now we have an idea that we are indeed within the settlement of the Ananta. Now that we've reached their hometown, I assume you are up here? Indeed you are. Just chilling out. Hey there, Sarisha. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visits? Greetings and well met. We are the sons of the Seventh Dawn and we come seeking Sarisha of the Vera. You are she, are you not? You petitioned us for aid and succor and we intend to provide them, but first we must learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we may better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, that one shall I gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would give. 'Twas the Kalyana's broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the ether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess would be spawning for a fight. That will depend. The primal's motives will have been covered by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who had just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though apparently she craved a miracle, she may have also harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of the Vera. This is true. The Vera and the Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vera, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She will not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire, and give our lives to the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystal is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Impurists do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will, The Kalyana bade the Vera make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of their promised bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still akin to the Kalyana. Will you help them to see reason? Say, you can count on us. Know that I'll kill your god if I have to, maybe even if I don't. Yeah, let's go with option number 1. Which means more smacking my fist into my palm. Then we shall, for without you we may be powerless to stop them. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that Primal and put an end to this. My sister Vayara will guide you to a dawn cut, and I shall pray for your success. Very well. Vayara? Well met, scions. I am Vayara, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. Alright. I'll go ahead and take myself one of these. And so yeah, now we know that we're not only dealing with a new Primal, but we also have side quests in both the Ananta settlement and the Miqo'te settlement. So yeah, we'll certainly have a lot to keep us busy as we continue on here.